what is going on, everyone? Welcome to the weekend preview. Today is Sunday, February, I almost forgot the month, February 18th, 2018, and of course, I'm Darkside Phil. I'm back. I'm back from my time off. For those of you who have been, around, that 4 days last week I was not around, and then when I came back from my time away, I had a power outage. Boy, did that suck, right? But it is what it is. So we're back. We're back full-fledged with full double streaming days coming ahead. A new schedule in effect, which I'm about to explain to everyone, at least for the short term. This is what the schedule is going to be. My girlfriend Kat is here living with me, which is amazing. So let's talk, because this week is a special week. Not only do we have new and ongoing playthroughs, we've got the return of Ask the King. We've got a lot going on that I definitely want to let everyone know about, okay? But before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say again, thank you guys very much for your overwhelming support this year. Again, streaming this week, I came back to people incredibly happy to see me back, playing fun playthroughs and people showing up for all the streams. Things were really great. Thank you again for your ongoing support. We actually finally came back after me being down some 30 plus subscriptions during the time when I wasn't here streaming. As of today, we again exceeded 500, which is great. Now, it could dip again overnight, but with 10 days left in the month, we're on the road to maintaining and hopefully hitting 550 subs, which is the tier 1 goal, the special reward goal for this month, where I'll start a cooking show with my girlfriend Kat, which is going to be pretty sweet, okay? So all that being said, folks, first of all, the thing I want to talk about is Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm sorry, folks, I tried. I played this game 2 weeks ago, did a final session of it, playing with Android 21. The online connections were absolutely god-awful. I said, okay, I'll come back. Maybe the servers will be more stable. They'll stop dropping. Maybe there won't be intense lag. Maybe I'll be able to find matches more quickly a couple weeks later. In fact, some people had come to me and said, Phil, oh yeah, it's much better now. Definitely check it out, because now the influx of people who basically were like Dragon Ball Xenoverse players and or just casual fans of Dragon Ball who were playing it for the first couple of weeks are now done with the game, being that the game's been out for almost a month. Come on back and check it out. So I did. It wasn't any better. It wasn't. I'm sorry. This time I played on pad instead of on my joystick, so I had 2 less milliseconds of delay. It just wasn't. The game online is almost unplayable. It's an endless army of people doing things that are completely unsafe you could not do in an offline environment. Like, keep mashing light attack, beating everything in the game because you can't react to it. It just keeps spamming and beating everything because of the amount of lag online. People doing hit strings into air dash, which you should be able to do reactionary anti-air, can't do it online. When they're that close, it does not come out in time, no matter what. And even if it says 1 millisecond, you do the hit string, okay, I know it's coming. Anti-air comes out too late and gets stuck. From real close, people doing point blank Dragon Rage, which is point blank when they do the move that does the auto combo and launches you in the air for air combo. Can't do anything about it online. You see it, oh, let me react, can't. Done, you're already hit. It's too laggy. The game was made innately with too much input lag online for you to have reactionary gameplay to stuff that happens online. It's just, it's not a game meant to be played like that online. It's probably a great offline game. Online, the game is not very good. And even with all that going on today, still, servers kept dropping. I must have dropped at least 5 to 6 matches, if not more. Disconnected from server. So it's not any better. I waited a month of playing this game. I can't do it anymore. I can't waste any more time on a game that Bandai Namco doesn't care about improving. In fact, I hate to say it, Bandai Namco, a week into this game, admitted publicly the game's netcode was bad. They said it on their own Twitter. We're sorry that the online experience is so bad. We're working on it. They didn't patch the game once to improve it at all. And now they're going to sell DLC. They've already announced the first DLC characters, Broly and Bardock, coming soon. It'll be in the next few weeks, and we'll announce when they're out. Wait a minute. You told us 3 weeks ago you were going to fix the netcode. You didn't even patch the fucking game to fix it, and you're going to sell DLC already. So I see where this is going. I hate to say it. I see where this is going. Bandai Namco, Arxis, whoever you want to blame, they got the money from everyone. It's in their pocket. We got to get more revenue. Who cares if the game actually works well online or not? So many people are hyping the game for offline tournaments. It doesn't matter that the online play kind of sucks, right? Because people will keep playing it to get views, to get money. It's the same thing that happens with all these overhyped fighting games over the past few years that sadly are not very good, but people are going to keep playing them and keep hyping them to make money. It's a shame. It really is a shame. Me, I'm a variety streamer. I don't have to sit here and play a game that I know is bad online. And, you know, people who are such fanboys of Dragon Ball FighterZ will make up every excuse in the book. It's your router. Oh, it's my router. That's why I can play Call of Duty, Star Wars Battlefront, PUBG, and a million other games online, and I don't have this problem. Only Dragon Ball FighterZ do I keep disconnecting from server and having this amount of lag, but it's my router's fault is the reason why, right? Oh, it's because you're streaming. Oh, because I don't stream when I play those other games too, right? But you see what I mean? Every fucking excuse in the book to try to defend the game instead of just admitting, all right, the game ain't so good online. They don't want to hear that because they want to be part of this big fanboy mentality that Dragon Ball FighterZ is the best fighting game on the planet. We got to watch every stream of it, go to watch every tournament stream of it. We got to play it online. We got to be part of this hype nonsense. I don't buy into that. The game is great. I'll be honest. I like the game. I like the character design. I like the artistic design, the music, the stages, the gameplay itself, the core mechanics of the game. We're good. The problem is the online play is terrible. If anyone says otherwise, they're lying to you. It's that simple. Either they have fiber optic internet, which almost no one has, or the online connections are bad and they're lying to you to get your views. That's a shame. I don't have to do that. And by the way, I'm not a high-level tournament player, so I don't have to make excuses for my loss. If I lose to a legit player who's outplaying the shit out of me, I'll admit it. In fact, that happened a couple times today. It's rarely happened. It's mostly mashers and things that should be easily punishable that I can't, you know, punish online because it's too delayed, or I just can't block. Oh, he pulls an assist, does a dash, and you know, high attack block, doesn't block. Well, now I lose, you know, 80% damage to a character when I just should have simply blocked, but the game doesn't work online. I'm sorry. It's just a matter of fact. You know, most pro players actually have been talking about it and saying that it is the truth. Sadly, they just keep playing the game because it makes the money, you know. So it is what it is. I'm done with it. I can't. After today's session, I cannot waste. I have too many other games to play. It's my 10th anniversary of being a content creator on the internet. I have many, many games that I can go to the well and draw back and do a second playthrough of. I've got many classic games I've never played before. There's many games from my past I'd love to play. I don't need to play a game where the game developer / publisher doesn't care about making it viable online and instead wants to just sell you DLC already, not even a month after release. I don't have to support that game anymore. I have other things I can do, and people will watch me play. I don't need to support that garbage. So, sorry, Dragon Ball FighterZ. I like you. It's a fun game, but sadly, once again, you fall into the evil empire of corporate, you know, development of games. They don't care about improving the game and making it viable online. Then I don't care about playing your game. I'm done with it. It's over, okay? So my final session of Dragon Ball FighterZ ever is now live on DSP Gaming, and I'm never playing the game again. It's over. I am playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the HD re-release that they made for PS4, which is a direct port of the PS2 version. Only has a few tweaks and stuff to it, like the widescreen version, you know, being prevalent and all of that. So, I'm continuing that playthrough this week. I'm also going to return to PUBG this week. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's been over a week since I've played it, the longest since its release. So I'll definitely be playing that this week. And I'll be continuing Secret of Mana. And we've got the return of Ask the King. So let's get to it. Let me explain the schedule for this coming week. Monday, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on my first stream. And then on my second stream, the return of PUBG. Yes, 2 to 3 solid hours of PUBG action for you. For those who love the game, it's coming, okay? Then, Tuesday, more San Andreas on mainstream. Tuesday night, the return of Secret of Mana. And I apologize, I have not had a chance to play it since, you know, Friday, the day when I first played it, because I had, you know, the power outage on Saturday, which obviously I didn't expect. I was supposed to do a double stream on Saturday, and I didn't get to do it because of this stupid power outage. All right, so Tuesday, more San Andreas, the return of Secret of Mana. Wednesday is my day off. This is a change, I know. Oh my God, what? Yes, I'm taking one day off a week to spend with my girlfriend. We'll be doing all kinds of fun stuff. Plus, we're going to be doing errands. You know, we're still in the process of getting her driver's license, so we're going to do another step in that process this Wednesday, as well as grocery shopping and doing other stuff together. So, Wednesday, my day off. No streams. Will I upload videos on Wednesday? Well, what I may do is Tuesday, since I'm doing a double stream, maybe Tuesday I'll just upload San Andreas, and then maybe on Wednesday I'll upload Secret of Mana. I don't know. I mean, I could do that, potentially. And that way there's new videos every day on DSP Gaming. Or I could just upload them all on Tuesday. Then there would be no new videos on Wednesday. I don't know. I'll think about it. I don't think it really matters, quite honestly. Thursday, I'll be back with Ask the King, the return of my Q&A show. So please, folks, post up your questions over on the kingofhate.com forums. Now is the time. If you want your questions answered and the highest chance that they'll be answered, please go up and post those right away. In addition, if you were a patron who pledged $20 or more to my Patreon in the last 2 months, you need to head over to thekingofhate.com right now and post up your special questions in the thread there for Ask the King. Because if you don't, you're not going to get your questions answered on the show. You only have a few days left, okay? So, Ask the King will be my first stream. It'll start a little bit later than usual. Typically, it starts an hour later. So instead of 11:30, I'll probably start streaming around 12:30. Typically, the show runs around 3 hours, maybe a little longer. Yes, it'll be forum questions, Twitter questions, patron questions, and if there's time, we'll have open chat Q&A. But I don't want to promise you that because there's going to probably be a ton of questions from everything else. But if there's time, I will do open forum Q&A. All right. Then Thursday night, the return of PUBG. So PUBG on Thursday night. And then Friday, more Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and more Secret of Mana. Okay. This Saturday, because I had so much fun doing it a couple weeks back, I'm thinking of doing another multiplayer session. Remember, I did Multiplayer Madness right before I went on time off? I'm thinking of doing another session of Call of Duty World War II and another session of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Well, why, Phil? Because I actually did well, and I had fun. Like, I actually did really well. If you look at my kill-death ratios and how I did, performance-wise, overall, I did really well playing those games. And I had fun doing it, and people seemed to like watching. We had good discussions, we had cheers and tips, and I was interacting, but also I was having fun with the multiplayer. So I think I'm going to do it again. The return of salty multiplayer Saturdays. This coming Saturday, I think I'm going to do it, all right? Now, this Sunday is the final Sunday of February. Now, coming in the future, what I'm going to try to do is double streams on Sundays when I can, all right? Since I'm taking an entire day off on Wednesday, I'm going to attempt to do double streams on Sunday when I can. However, this coming Sunday is the exception because guess what? This coming Sunday, which would be the 25th, I have to start working on my taxes. I know. It's for a lot of you already finished your taxes, right? A lot of people who have very simple taxes, you probably already filed. Some of you probably already started getting your tax refunds, which is great. For me, not so much. What I need to do, I need to sit down and I need to go through a year's worth, all of 2017. Credit card receipts, PayPal receipts, any other expenses and things that I paid. And I have to make a big spreadsheet income for every single month from every source of income that I had. And I need to sit down and make a detailed spreadsheet of all of this data for my accountant. And I need to get all this ready for him, and he wants it by the end of February. And I'll be quite frank with you guys, I don't know if I'm going to finish it in one sitting. It's usually a daunting task to sit down and go through all of my shit for the year. You know, every credit card, PayPal, every statement, every single, you know what I mean? PSN transactions, Xbox Live transactions, you know, all the Amazon transactions and the like. Anything that was related to me or the business, including the cost of electricity, cost of games, cost of equipment, ongoing, even healthcare is a tax write-off and stuff like that. So, you know, last year there was a decent amount of stuff that I ended up buying. You know, one of the big purchases was this, you know, a couple $100, and you know, I'm sure as I go through the year, this happens every year, I start looking and I'm like, I didn't even remember I spent that. I didn't even remember I spent that. It kind of keeps popping up, things that I had to buy here or there, things that I had to spend here or there for the business. So, I got to work on that. So starting that Sunday night, all right, the 25th, that night will be dedicated to me working on my taxes. Now, if I don't get my taxes done on that day, that means either Monday or Tuesday night or both, which would be the 26th and 27th of February, I'm going to have to work even more on my taxes, all right? Hopefully, knock on wood, I can get the taxes done that one night. But if I can't, I'm going to have to take another night off from streaming in order to work on this, all right? It's very important, obviously. If I get this information to my accountant, say, by the end of February like he wants, hopefully by, say, mid-March, he can go through the data and he can tell me, Phil, this is what you're going to owe remaining from 2017, and here's what your first payment's going to be for 2018, all due in mid-April. Then I can tell you guys, guess what? I have this much money. This is what I owe. So we got to do a drive, basically, kind of a drive event in order to try to make as much as I possibly can before the end of the month. Or before, excuse me, not the end of the month, but before the taxes hit and they're due, okay? Because, you know, I've been talking about this ever since January. I've been saying, you know, I know in April taxes are going to come due, and I just don't know what they're going to be. So I should have more information on that, hopefully, in March. I mean, if I'm giving them the information by the end of February, you would think by March we'd have it, right? One final thing. As you know, continuing with San Andreas, PUBG, Secret of Mana, and also some multiplayer this week. I doubt I'm going to be finishing any of those games this week, right? We all know that how long San Andreas is. Very long and challenging. I'm sure some of these missions are going to be stuck for days. Flight School, oh my god. Secret of Mana is a pretty decently long game. I'm only playing it a few times this week. You know, PUBG doesn't have an ending, and same thing with multiplayer games. I am maybe going to do, here's what I'm thinking. Maybe the final day of the month of February, let's see how many subs I have on Twitch, and if I haven't hit the goal of 550, I may do a drive. Remember how I did a drive at the end of December where it was really, you know, let's raise enough money to pay the taxes. It won't be that serious, but it'll be let's drive to get as many possible subscriptions as I can get by the end of the day on the final day of February, the 28th. If we hit 550, we can do the cooking show, right? If we get 600, which I don't think we're going to happen. I don't think we're going to get 100 subs in the next 10 days. Then I'll be doing a new Patron Choice playthrough to replace Super Mario Sunshine that just finished, right? But I think these drives, like doing special events with multiplayer with, you know, the stats on the top of the screen, it motivates people to contribute. And I think that if I did a drive for subs by the end of this month, and again, drive to help pay the taxes and everything, things would go really well. And I think that we'd have a big positive ending to the month of February. So I'm thinking of doing that the final day of February, the 28th. Of course, I'd probably do some PUBG, maybe something else, we'll see. But that's kind of my idea, to end the month strong. The final day will be this big push for subs and or, you know, support for those upcoming taxes in April, okay? And then March, it's a whole new month. You know, I got to start wrapping up the games I'm playing. Once I finish, I can decide, gee, do I want to maybe go back to some games like Yakuza Kiwami, or do I just want to say, forget it at this point? You know, I've already not played it in so long. Do I really want to go back and play that game? I don't know. Do I want to start a new playthrough, a new retro throwback playthrough for my 10th anniversary? Do I want to do something different? I don't know. I like it because the first couple of weeks of March are kind of open. It's not until the second half of March where you get big high-profile releases, like, for example, Sea of Thieves, the Assassin's Creed Rogue HD re-release for modern consoles, A Way Out, Ni no Kuni 2, and Far Cry 5, all releasing in the last week of March. So I have a couple weeks before then to build up and try to get as much going as I possibly can before March hits, which is good. So, you guys pretty much now know exactly everything that's going on. Thank you again for being so supportive after my time away. I'm looking forward to this week very much. And thanks again. Sorry about Dragon Ball FighterZ, but it is what it is. I didn't make the game broken. They did. And I would much rather play all these fun games that are coming up this week. I hope that you guys are going to tune in for the streams, okay? All right, without further ado, folks, that is it for the weekend preview. Thank you for watching, and thank you to the following January patrons, all right? These patrons made the upcoming Indies Marathon possible. They've been nominating on this marathon. Well, actually, let me take this back. It was the subscribers to my Twitch channel that made the Indies Marathon possible. However, it's been these patrons that have been nominating indie games for this upcoming marathon. And actually, tonight, I'll be making the poll on thekingofhate.com where they're going to now start voting on those indie games in order to see what games will actually be played in the Indies Marathon that will take place sometime in early March. Okay, so thank you to those following patrons. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Have a good night. See you tomorrow for a full day of streaming. Peace out. See you then. I'm pumped. I hope you're excited too. Have a good night.